retailers. There's something for everyone, from electronics, toys, home decor, to stocking stuffers. On Friday, every bin item is $10, and by Wednesday, every bin item is only $1. They restock those bins with new product for Fridays and Saturdays. Quick, follow the map to 1705B Avenue of Mid-America and claim some treasure this holiday season.
You won't know my dad's name, but big names will stand on his shoulders. He won't solve the world's energy problems or build a house on Mars. But my dad is going to help power all of it because he works at MediaCom, and they're on their way to bringing homes and businesses one of the first 10G broadband platforms. You know, that's the kind of speed dreams are made of.
It's 4:30 here at Emmett Otter and the Jug Band Show. But we're going to change things up just a hair here as we have Candy Jansen from St. Anthony Memorial Hospital. Hello, Candy.
Hello.
All right, you're here to talk about physical therapy.
I am.
All right.
Yeah, I went out to the lobby. I'm like, I am so sorry. Let me turn these lights on out here. And she's like, it's okay.
She liked that, huh?
Actually, I wouldn't mind it. I'd probably fall asleep. Nice and quiet.
Relaxing.
Yeah.
Yeah, very relaxing.
Yes. So, what are we going to be talking about today?
I'm just going to talk to you about what is physical therapy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Kind of a general thing. What is physical therapy?
Okay. So physical therapy provides care that it aims to, we try to reduce pain, help your function, help you move better, and just overall just try to live a better life. Mm-hmm. Some of our objectives are we have patients that come to us just simply, they're having pain. What can we do to help them get out of pain? Oftentimes that includes improving their movement, their ability, just to, sometimes just do their basic things around the house, around in the community. But we also do get specific things like sports injuries, people that come to us post-operatively after surgery, a stroke, variety of accidents. So we have, lots of tools in our toolbox, as I like to say, that can, help individuals just feel better and move better.
How long has physical therapy been a thing? I mean, when I was 16, I had a motorcycle wreck and broke my leg all summer long. It was an awesome summer.
Yeah.
And when I got finished, I got the cast off and everything, we didn't really do any physical therapy. It was like, just go.
Yeah.
I mean, how long have they been focusing on physical therapy? Do you know?
Well, it's been, several decades. It's evolved over time. In the beginning, it was, I think, geared more toward people who were confined to the hospital with various ailments. And then it's just evolved to kind of where we are today, where we treat, people in the hospital and, of course, outpatient, where, you have freestanding clinics where people can be seen. I think some of that has to do with just the education of just the medical community in general to understand all of the benefits that we can provide to just a variety of people and conditions.
Okay.
I like that. It's come a long way. Like I said, back then it wasn't that, I guess, not that prevalent, but man, it just you meet more
well
and more
known,
and more about
maybe,
it.
or not
Yeah.
well known. I don't know.
It was Wayne County. I'll give you that. So maybe that had something to do
Okay,
with it.
so that explains a whole lot on where he's coming from.
Hospital? We ain't got no hospital. No,
Whatever.
no, they had a hospital. But anyway, it's neat to see all the hear all these different kinds of physical therapy. Whenever you guys come in,
Yeah.
I mean, there's tons of
The
different stuff
treatments.
from head to toe. You guys can work on it.
Absolutely. I really like to tell people there isn't really a thing that we can't address, whether it's, just a balance issue, pain in general. Sometimes pain, I always like to say, is just a warning sign that something is happening. And we just need to kind of provide some problem solving to figure out what is actually, creating that pain.
Okay.
If there's pain that's coming from, it's there for a reason. You don't just hurt because of no reason. Your body is an exceptional, smart thing.
Right.
And it knows to protect yourself. I'll show some pain, so don't do that anymore.
Right. And I read something a few months ago that I feel like kind of just sums it up. It said, like, you have a check engine light that comes in on your car. Well, you have to take it to the mechanic to figure out why is that check engine light coming on. Mm-hmm. So I like to kind of use that analogy as, you come to us with pain and we just need to investigate what's causing that pain, why is it happening, where's it coming from, and what can we do to help you, ease that pain.
Now, a lot of times, and I'm guilty of this myself, whether, I step on my foot wrong or twist something, or, I could have injured myself doing yoga on Saturday, but I did
in
not.
In the front of the square, even. Yeah.
But someone, is in pain, and they're like, if I'm in pain by, Thursday, I'll call somebody.
Right.
That's kind of like the famous last words on a lot of people, because they don't want to seek help. They'd much rather try and think that it will go away on its own.
Tough it out. I'm just going to tough it out. Rub some dirt on it.
And in some instances, that absolutely does happen. But, there are a lot of times when it doesn't. And then that just kind of evolves into, other things. Because, you have pain, you stop moving.
Right.
You kind of are fearful because you don't know what's going on. So that's what we're here for, is to help you figure that out and, get you back to doing all the things you enjoy.
Is there a general rule, just if you're hurting, if you've got a pain somewhere, of how many days, like if it doesn't go away in 3 days, maybe you should call the doctor? Is there any rule of thumb to that, or is this, you don't know?
Well, I've heard lots of, time frames, but I usually like to say, if you're not better in like a week or two, you should probably have it checked out, by your medical provider, or, definitely come to see a therapist to figure out what's going on.
And if it's severe pain, then you might want to check right away.
Absolutely. Yeah. If it's debilitating to where, it's causing you some limitations where obviously if it's your foot or something like that, you can't walk, can't move your arm because, there's just no strength there, then that's more emergent and you should probably get that checked out a little bit sooner. But if it's just a pain that's kind of, keeping you from, enjoying your day-to-day stuff, or you're just not sure, like, hey, it's not getting better, then you should probably within a week or two get it looked at.
It could, the longer you let it go, the more serious it could be.
Definitely.
If it's not looked at, or, like this time of year, which, okay, let's ignore this week because it's going to be like temperatures that are going to be a little bit
65
hotter,
again, yeah.
Ish. But this time of year, seriously, you have, people can slip on ice and really hurt themselves. And you want them to be careful and maybe get some, seek some therapy if that were to be something that they need to have it looked at.
Correct. Yeah. We unfortunately in the winter, we do see lots of individuals because of, falls, especially when the weather turns inclement, where it's ice, snow, or all the above. They typically end up with some issues. And most of the time, I hate to say it, but people do put it off because they think, oh, it'll get better. I don't have time for this, or, a number of excuses. But really, it's, kind of in your best interest to get it looked at sooner than later.
So is there a typical session, I guess, schedule that happens? If someone's never been to physical therapy, we don't address this a whole lot, but how does a typical session go?
Well, we, like specifically at St. Anthony's, we allow for an hour for an evaluation. When you come to see me, I take an extensive health history. I listen to kind of, like what happened, did you fall? Did you twist something or anything? I like to just listen to what, kind of you think happened, or what you think happened to kind of lead you to that point. Then I will do some objective measures where there's, for example, if I'm looking at your shoulder, there's some specific tests per joint, per area of the body that we look at to kind of help us decipher, what could be contributing to the problem. We look at your posture, we look at your flexibility, your strength, overall joint motion. Once we kind of get all of that information, we look at that data and we try to develop what we consider a clinical diagnosis. Like, what do we think is contributing to the problem? And then from there, we develop a plan of care that includes long-term and short-term goals. We also like to ask you, like, what is your goal? Like, what are you hoping to achieve by coming to therapy? And with all of that information, then I'll develop kind of what we call a treatment plan to what I think is going to help you address those deficits or those problems that you come to me with.
Very interesting.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, like
plan.
for people who've never been to physical therapy, don't know what you're going to run into. That'll help.
Yeah.
Do you specialize in any area? I was kind of curious.
I personally do not.
Okay.
I'm just a general. I do outpatient orthopedics. I do enjoy kind of post-operative sports injuries are my niche, I guess. But we do have several therapists that have specialized in certain areas at St. Anthony's. We all can treat everything. We're trained in everything, but certain therapists have an area that they, kind of gravitate towards and enjoy that more. So we've got therapists who specialize in what's called LSVT, which is geared towards Parkinson's patients or Parkinson's disease. We have a therapist or two that are vestibular trained.
Yeah,
They
that's a very interesting one for me.
we have women's health and pelvic floor dysfunction, and I like to emphasize that not only can benefit women, but also men.
Absolutely.
And then we have some therapists that specialize in pediatrics. So we ultimately can treat just about anyone or anything that comes through the door.
Well, how do we schedule one? Okay, I'm hurting. I got to get this taken care
Give
of.
me some relief.
How do we go about getting in on the docket?
Well, you can contact your primary care provider and just tell them that you would like a referral for physical therapy. Most often they will fax that over to us, and then one of our individuals in our front office will contact you and get something set up as soon as it coordinates with your schedule and ours.
Very nice.
Wow.
Oh, yeah.
Candy,
That
I've
sounds
learned
good.
I've learned a lot about this today.
Yeah?
I really did.
There's always more.
You talk about stuff, but it's like hands-on. Here's what you can expect when you go in for physical therapy. Well, thank you very much for coming in.
Well, you're very
No
welcome.
kidding.
Thank you for having me.
All right, and have a good Christmas, okay?
Thank you.
All right, that's going to wrap it up for this. More fun coming up. Greg has news at the top of the hour.
During this holiday season, we here at J&R Collision Centers would